Hello Cobrats, and welcome back to the true pacifist finale of Undertale. I'm TryclydeTamer, here with the July 11th intro. Let's just go out of this first screen of Waterfall, and enjoy the odd flurry part, as you make the transition to Snowden this time instead of going the opposite way, retracing our steps all the way back to the very beginning. Here's the shed that's locked from the inside, and in their house, I think, that's one thing I can do as part of a bonus episode. I can figure out how to get into Sans' room. There is a way, but you'll have to figure out at a later time. Even if we're doing finale stuff, there's still more to do. Alright, here we go. Having an amorphous, shambling body member is great. They're always moving, so I can see them 100% of the time. This is the individual known as Doggo, not the type of Doggo people think about with internet memes. I've seen like a person one time compliment me on my annoying dog shirt. They're like, "I like your Timmy shirt." I'm like, "Yeah, it's the annoying dog." It's really brought our families together. Kind of skipped the text that they said. I think that's Dog Arrested and this was Dog and Me. And of course, that's the greater dog, being all bumbly and stuff, making the same sound. All family. Now that our parents are the same entity, doesn't mean I'm married to my sister. Wait, we're not. That stuff's normal. Odd jokes. And of course, now we can play humans and monsters with real humans. Monsters and humans with real humans. Humans and humans, you know. Maybe it's more like cops and robbers, because not all humans are considerably humans, even though they should be. They're just divided into unnecessary subgroups. And hey, we can finally talk to this guy. Ice Wolf no longer has to throw ice. Ice Wolf can take a break to buy some pants now. Ice Wolf thinking of changing their name to Jimmy Hot Pants. Okay. Interesting. And of course, we can go see the river person one final time, but there it is with the doggo. So, I think that's good enough. Not even say a word. Just compliment the dog thing. I was winking at the webcam that's not on. I can actually say that I do use a webcam now, but not for videos at this point. Maybe for horror games as Let's Plays, or maybe even not. Because I still like my Let's Plays being cinematic enough. Looks like I don't have to worry about cracking jokes anymore, and of course that guy was talking about having to do that smile all the way through. And then there's this guy. Awful things, blah blah blah, gave her a big hope, and then the queen fired her. Now we don't have a royal scientist anymore. That's politics. I use that as a thing. And there's this guy. I'm one of the overworld's hot guys that need trace, so I'm ready. Then there's you. Soon I'll be able to try some human food, then I guess I'll try a human bathroom too. I forget what voice he gave it up. I want to say it's like something feminine like that. Hey, people want to move in from the city anymore. Seems like we want to lose our local culture. Except you're all moving out of here, huh? Oh well, guess you can't be all punk peaches and punk cream. Peaches and cream, haha, that's funny. It's like the oatmeal, even though I prefer the blueberry flavor because it's oddly tasty. Hey, Grillby. Not too many words to say, except good job. Thank you. Wow, a brand new world. I may not get to translate for Grillby anymore. Which is fine, since I was actually just making up what he was saying. It's all figured out. In the end, I never caught any girls on my fishing line, so kid, take it from me. Don't try to catch hot people with a fishing rod. Somewhere here, winning of dismay. Ah, I think that's the deal with the fishing rod that we've seen a couple screens to the left. It's finally won a game of poker against itself. That's good, and we can't go back to the back there, because you don't talk about what's going on in the kitchen side of the restaurant unless you're a worker. Hey, Monster Kid. Yo, what's up? I've been kinda doing some thinking. Maybe Undyne isn't actually as cool as we thought. She's just kinda mean. But yo, I just found out about someone way cooler. Yeah! Yeah, dude. Ah, seems there's been a shift in perspective. It'll be nice to show humans our presence under the tree tradition. They'll probably be weirded out by it. Yeah, it's not like we do things. It's too pagan for me. The kid over there told me that it's weird that I have a pet bunny. First, there'd be nothing weird about it, it's cute. Second, what? It's normal to walk your younger brother on a leash, right? Yeah, I'm just as much weirded out as this guy is. Is anyone else weirded out by the girl, those giant shambling amalgamates, or... Alright, not talking about her anymore, now that it's like, yes, I'm walking my brother. I'll leave you to that. Snowden is weird with family. Everyone's close like family. Even family. Kinda botched how I wanted to say that, but I don't know, just kinda came up with it on my own. Can't go up there. It's something kind of similar to Earthbound, or maybe like a slowed down version of the main theme or something, I don't know. And of course we can talk to this person. What happened? Ruins didn't happen to you, right? Flashlight, all the same stuff. Human, I am a human, but... yeah. I could hardly notice. Did you hear the ruins have been opened up? Opened up from the inside. The Queen have been doing wonderful things. That is unbelievable. Just kind of skip through all this stuff. Pretty much talk to everybody that is seen, at least. Just don't want to do too much. Welcome to Snowden Town. Welcome to Snowden Town. Welcome to Snowden Town. Goodbye, Snowden Town for now. I guess the last little thing I'll do right here is pass over this bridge. Of course, there's a camera right here. Pardon my little bit of indigestion. At least not like my dad, where immediately after even having a drink of water, he gets the indigestion hiccups. I guess we have a little bit more to do where this little thing actually starts. There's like a few snowdrakes to see. And so many people and stuff, yeah. Not really too much more to see aside from NPCs that don't really say anything too particularly interesting, so I'll just skip until something interesting actually does happen. There's the odd eyes being seen here. Here's Gift Trot. Everyone's leaving there. Good riddance. Maybe I'll finally get some peace and quiet. You don't really feeling like that. Okay, I guess you do. With your Stantler appearance. Alright, yes. There's a little bit something to be done here, but I'll also leave this as an explanation for when we do the extra stuff aside from this finale. You will not be disappointed, or maybe you will be. I don't know your taste. But anyway, editing time. I will say good riddance to that puzzle. There's another snowdrake I can talk to. And right here, it's not exactly where the snow dog is. I think you get to a certain point, there's like a lot of snow dogs somewhere. But I guess not. And of course, here's the spaghetti. Plate of lukewarm spaghetti. Just tried eating it and just gave up. Note from Papyrus. Seeing as the spaghetti is still here somehow, I hereby donate it to the public. It's like a playground for your mouth. Nyeheheh, Papyrus. Not nyehehefully his, but still Papyrus nonetheless. And of course, here's the impossible crossword because it's just Volkefabraber instead of just Volkefubraber. You know, for kids. Alright, back to the sign that says ice is everywhere. Here's the snowman. Ah, I can feel that piece of me has been well taken care of. The barrier's opened up. Then if it's not too much to ask, could you take that piece of me to the surface? I would really appreciate it. I'm sure you would. It shall be right here among these other things. Butterscotch pie, always there as a piece of memory. Of course, the abandoned quiche, which may actually be an interaction, at least theorized as Undyne and Alphys. Not exactly confirmed. All is up to interpretation. And things are gonna get a little bit sweet here, past the doggo station and all this stuff. Here's the pretty much Drake family, and here's the one that they were missing. The doctor! She brought my wife back from the dead. My son, he seems happy again. Our family is bigger than ever. Now that my wife is combined with 16 other people. Alright. Yeah, I don't really know for sure where other amalgamates would be if they are actually around, because there's just this one that's like the snowy, so-called one. Mom might have to share her mind with other people now, but she's still my mom. And that's cool, because we're made of ice and stuff. What? It's a joke! Laugh at it! Hello, Snowy. Pretty sad, but still bittersweet. Which, I guess bittersweet also kind of includes sad. But yep, here's the fishing rod thing. Reel it in, yeah. All that's attached to the end is a note. Never mind, guys. Haha. Just a conveniently shaped lamp, but it was that little bit of helpfulness to me, even if it didn't exactly end up to be too exactly wonderful. Am I making my point? Because Papyrus wasn't exactly too big of a threat until we had those odd encounters to where we actually had to fight him. Anyway, we're just backtracking our way out of the Snowden forest path to the ruins. It feels like this is a lot longer than it should be. What the heck? I don't know why it was so long. I mean, yeah, we passed through that easy gate. Okay. Of course, I'm pretty sure that's the first camera you see. And here we are, where we had that little encounter with Flowey, who of course is Asriel, as we figured out. I'm not really going to show too much of the ruins, but we're just going to take a brief little look at the, so to speak, old home, which was still a new home, so to speak, after falling into Mount Ebit, which may be kind of a play on Mount Utoi, so it could be kind of an anagram of Toby, even though it's not that way. It could just be Toby backwards E-bot, which could actually be pronounced as Ebot, but Ebbot kinda makes more sense. Sorry that I've been saying I'll be cutting a bit more than I've been, but you know, just gotta get the sense of nostalgia for being here. Not in that mirror, but I think there's a mirror over this way, so let's take a look. Still just you, Frisk. Aw, yeah. Oh, it's a water sausage, yeah indeed. And this room will forever be under renovations. Typha, water sausage, tutorials diary, secret passage, and then want a friend because she was feeling lonely, same stuff, similar caliber. Who knows what the future holds for Cheriel? Earlier, you had identified this as bigger than a twin-sized bed, but now you realize it's actually one size bigger than a double. Haha, queen, so to speak. I think that's what it's trying to get at here. Dancing around things. And of course, here's where I'd be staying. Let's take myself a little quick nap, because we could use a little break before going back. It felt strange to lie in the bed. It feels entirely too small for you now. It just shows how much we've grown. We didn't even need those toys way back then. Cool toys don't interest you. But it's the thought that counts. In your heart of hearts. Potted plant, and the coals being as hot as they are. It's like, it's cold here, but still hot over in the new home. Soap's up very clean, fire magic. The pie's gone, dog prints in it. Oh! White fur in the drain, then there's snails. Okay, it's not saying anything about snails. I think it would be, because that's what Toriel normally thrives off of. Alright, yep. And here's the symbolic stuff with the trees falling down. Yeah. Then there's a little puzzly room. I'm surprised I didn't really do too much more with that. Of course, the puzzly room with the changing perspective of the room. That's the way to overlook the city. Nice little cinematic thing, but I don't really feel the need for that. And here's the frogs. Ribbit, Renessa, blah blah blah. Shades of green. It feels weird, the swinging whatever. Maybe it's just their legs dancing back and forth, wanting to hop around. Where is this room's fourth frog? I will never know. It actually should be up against the wall somewhere. I think it's like if you keep tapping A. There it is. Ant-sized frog and a crack in the wall. It waves at you. Hello, froggy. It'd be kind of cool if like one tiny pixel was moving around. Ribbit, say, now that your journey's over, maybe you'll have time to listen to me. Since most people just press X to skip through, I'm technically pressing X even if it's faded on my controller. That's right, pressing X. You've really matured, haven't you? Yes, sir, froggery, sir. Spider bake sale down to the right. I don't really need to buy anyone because they're setting up a bake sale anyway. It's probably dialogue that they have. You don't really need my money much anymore. Is there anything new here? I'll participate in some real spiders. Not much needed. There was, of course, at one time you could put like 9,000 gold towards something, but it's definitely a big old waste. But any contributions, at least with the fight with Muffet, have went towards things in some way or another. Here's this rock. Yeah, is this open? Guess I better roll out. Hey, you mind giving me a push, pumpkin? Yeah, I guess you're not against getting a push now. Voice crack. Alright, here's one of our first save points. Well, we've seen other ones, but here at the leaf pile. Excuse me, human, seem like you have grown into a thoughtful and conscientious person. Whether that was from my advice or not, I'm quite proud, Ribbit. And at this point, in episode 1 or 2, whatever it came out to be, I was recording through my HD PVR, which is pretty weird. Then I switched over to OBS. Ended up being better quality. Let's take some candy. You took more candy. How disgusting. Take a candy? Tried to take a piece of candy, but you didn't have any room. It's no problem. I mean, I could drop the candy right back just for somebody to grab it, but it seemed like I'm being a litter bug. Just being thoughtful. Don't want to let it go to waste. And of course, here's the room of anxiety, where Toriel was just hiding behind the thing. The western room is the eastern room's blueprint. Go back to here, and here's the dummy that we never even bothered fighting then. So pacifist. We didn't even fight anybody. Yep. There's the switch. The other ones don't even do anything, as the text would say. Z to read signs, of course. You've noticed X on my controller that I'm pressing even if it's faded away. Don't need to press those switches. And here's the cool perspective thing. I'm pretty sure this is the very first thing, because it's telling you the HP is restored there. We're filled with determination. Oh yes. Okay. Past that room. That ill-fated room. But then, end up where we fell down at the very first point. Asriel's here. Golden flowers, they must have broken your fall. It all ties back together. Don't worry about me. Someone has to take care of these flowers. Frisk, please leave me alone. I can't come back. I just can't, okay? I don't want to break their hearts all over again. It's better if they never see me. Why are you still here? Are you trying to keep me company? Frisk. Hey, let me ask you a question. Frisk, why did you come here? Everyone knows the legend, right? Travelers who climb Mount Ebbet are said to disappear. Frisk, why would you ever climb a mountain like that? Was it foolishness? Was it fate? Or was it because you... well, only you know the answer, don't you? Yeah, I'd say so. I know why Justin climbed the mountain. It wasn't for a very happy reason. Frisk, I'll be honest with you. Justin hated humanity. Why they did, they never talked about it. But they felt very strongly about that. Frisk, you really are different from Justin. In fact, though you have similar, fashion choices, I don't know why I ever acted like you were the same person. Maybe the truth is, Justin wasn't really the greatest person. Well, Frisk, you're the type of friend I wish I always had. So maybe I was kind of projecting a little bit. Let's be honest, I did some weird stuff as a flower. There's one last thing I feel like I should tell you. Frisk, when Justin and I combined our souls together, the control over our body was actually split between us. They were the one that picked up their own empty body. And then, when we got to the village, they were the one that wanted to use our full power. I was the one that resisted. And then, because of me, well, that's why I ended up a flower. Frisk, this whole time, I've blamed myself for that decision. That's why I adopted that horrible view of the world. Kill or be killed. But now, after meeting you, Frisk, I don't regret that decision anymore. I did the right thing. If I killed those humans, we would have had to wage war against all of humanity. And in the end, everyone went free, right? I still feel kinda sad knowing how long it took. So maybe it wasn't a perfect decision. But you can't regret hard choices your whole life, right? Well, not that I have much of a life left. But that's beside the point. Frisk, thank you for listening to me. You should really go be with your friends now, okay? Oh, and please, in the future, if you, see me, don't think of it as me, okay? I just want you to remember me like this. Someone that was your friend for a little while. Oh, and Frisk, be careful in the outside world, okay? Despite what everyone thinks, it's not as nice as it is here. There are a lot of flowies out there. Not everything can be resolved by just being nice. Frisk, don't kill, and don't be killed, alright? That's the best you can strive for. Well, see you. Frisk, don't you have anything better to do? And just to prove it, that's the last thing he says. Well, I thank you very much for all you've done. And I think we pretty much said our goodbyes to all the people that I feel like we should be saying goodbye to. And I think it was on this exact spot that we ended up. Aw, yeah. So aside from this, I think it's high time to finally go past the barrier and see the human world. Let's do it. We've really gone a long way, haven't we? Then you get to wondering, do we really need royalty here in the ruins? Why not just have a good connection with the monsters and the humans? Here's everybody. No real need to say anything to them because I'm pretty sure they just say the same stuff of go walk around. But we've pretty much done that. Let's have one final casual save at the end, and finally, truly go through the barrier. Let's go. If you leave here, your adventure will really be over. Your friends will follow you out of the underground. I'm ready to leave, so let's go. Oh my! Isn't it beautiful, everyone? Wow, it's even better than on TV. Way better. Better than I ever imagined. Frisk, you live with this? The sunlight is so nice, and the air is so fresh. I really feel alive. Hey Sans, what's that giant ball? We call that the sun, my friend. That's the sun? Wowie! I can't believe I'm finally meeting the sun! I could stand here and watch this for hours. Yes, it is beautiful, is it not? But we should really think about what comes next. Oh, right. Everyone, this is the beginning of a bright new future. An era of peace between humans and monsters. Frisk, I have something to ask of you. Will you act as our ambassador to the humans? Be the ambassador? Sounds like a good idea. Yeah, Frisk will be the best ambassador, and I, the great Papyrus, will be the best mascot. I'll go make a good first impression. But you can only do it on the first turn for some good, powerful stuff. Oh, someone's got to keep him from getting into trouble. See you guys. And he's going the opposite direction. Man, do I have to do everything? Papyrus, wait. Off she goes. Hey, Undyne, wait up! Now we're left with the dreamers. Whoops. Should I do something? Well, gotta go. Then there were two. It seems that everyone is quite eager to set off. Frisk, you came from this world, right? So you must have a place to return to, do you not? What will you do now? This is probably the most important decision to make. I'm not even gonna hit my control stick to go to the right. Just press the confirm button right now. What? Frisk, you really are a funny child. If you had said that earlier, none of this would have happened. It is a good thing you took so long to change your mind. Hehehe. Well, I suppose. If you really do not have any other place to go, I will do my best to take care of you for as long as you need. Alright? Now come along. Everyone is waiting for us. After our adventure, it doesn't sound so bad. And so, we're finally here to the Undertale cast. Credits time! Oh yeah, listening to a nice remix of the enemy music as well. Frog by Toby, Professional Frog, with the yellow text that shows if you spared them. So, Brave for Every Day for My Goss, or different enemy, but yep. Backup Dancer, Reformed Bully, Vegetoid, Popular Nutritionist, also showing by the creators, but I'm just casually enjoying live. Did I actively take care of everyone? We pretty much have all the Ruins guys taken care of. Spooky DJ. Of course, all the bosses are easy enough to spare. Papyrus by Toby and Timmy. And Sans on his little motorbike, of course, by Toby. Spitting on my screen. Oh, we even spared Jay and Weedle as well. Papyrus has a cool enough car. And the references are still not over. We're going to see a little bit more coming up. Semi-successful comedian. Well, make your way there. Doesn't look like a human as the snowflake thing. Fashion designer. One of them would talk about having like an earring as a distinctive thing. Christmas display has his own seeing eye dog. Doggo does. By Toby? Question mark? Finally, #1 nose nuzzle champions. Ah. You find out who they were competing against. Oh, I didn't figure out Lesser Dog because I never got into a battle with it because I wasn't able to. So I might be the only enemy I didn't fully take care of. I don't think there's anything particular for doing them. But yeah, this location here kind of looks similar to Summers from Earthbound, eh? 9,999 damage. Is that a reference to Geno World? Hahaha. I'm dying to getting a little bit too into everything there. Maybe Alpha's just had a case of the sunburn, forgot to use sunscreen. Yeah, I think Lesser Dog is the only enemy I didn't even battle to the point to where I could spare. Oh, Timmy, I guess not, because you'd have to do a few things to spare. And of course, it would just be illuminated yellow written as Timmy. Timmy by Timmy. Oh, and I guess not Shiren as well. I don't know. Maybe my save file didn't do things perfectly. Metaton, of course, by Toby. And yep, the Glamburger guy trying to get his way going. And just like Metaton said, Naps Luke as the DJ and Shiren as the backup singer. I like this little medley of music, medley melody. These guys I didn't talk to in the Takaruski thing. Encouraging Space Heater. Might need some of those when I move back to Indiana. Finally confesses, what? I don't. It's not Cinder. It's also like the Cinderace cactus stuff that I saw way back in the old home. Birthday cake, and then there's the Royal Guards, Final Frogget. Did I spray those guys? Yeah, I did. The long battle, finally ending. Given life's a long battle, its own meaning finally ending. You could read it as that way. And it still makes sense. Astigmatism by Toby. Domineering Glassy Cellar. Magic, the street magician. Well-deserved nap. Yep, indeed, Night is. Then, of course, the amalgamates. So many question marks going into them, because they're a big amalgamate of all the previous things, and living with their families. Quite the get-up for Asgore there. And Monster Kid, of course, run right on screen, clumsy as ever. Maybe you can learn to be a little bit less clumsy at the School of Toriel. Looking nice with glasses on, finally living out her dream as a teacher. Nothing seems too unhappy. And wonderful 8-bit sounds kind of gives the Mother 1, Earthbound 0, Earthbound Beginnings feel, whatever you want to call that game. Of course, it finally being localized as Earthbound Beginnings. Of course, I couldn't end without talking about that series. The end, but things are getting a little bit fuzzy. Hope nothing's bad. Did you really think it was over? Hey, Asriel. I mean, we haven't even done the special thanks yet. Ready? Let's end all of this for good. And here we go. We can actually do some stuff right here. Let's see if I can figure this out. Oh, I fell on the very first thing. There's actually something that you can do if you avoid all of these. And if you think it's difficult right now to dodge, oh, you're in for a treat. This is the true final difficult battle, even with infinite HP. It's even difficult to do that. You just gotta get a soft spot thing. So even though I'm missing all of them, there you go. That's your sweet spot. Pretty much almost the dead center if I were to go left a little bit. Of course, it's not really making much of a difference if I'm already doing them as I am. Alright, here we go. It's, kind of feels like a Star Wars kind of deal. Or maybe Toho. Let's see if we can find Steve and George. It's still, it's like going back and forth. Maybe it's like, I don't know how alphabetical it is, if it is or not. Showing a lot of C names, but I'm seeing S's. I want to see if I can find Steve and George. I did know about this game before it released, so probably could have done myself and others a favor by donating and maybe possibly getting early access, but I doubt that would have happened with me. It's like, I know Toby Fox before Undertale came out from seeing him and Steven vlog episodes of Steven messing with him going to the bathroom at the Odd Starman convention that they had at a cabin in Tennessee. Yep, just gotta get a good enough feel for cogwheel snowflake things. Alright, then it's easy enough to dodge these, you just gotta get a feel for where they're going. Saying that a lot. Of course, they don't really do much if you run into them before they barrel your way. I could test that, but of course now I'm hitting all of them. It doesn't matter if you have to dodge all of them, not turn any of them yellow to get the wonderful thing. I thought I was playing the dog song for a second there. I could always retry this, but there's no actual need. Oh man, look at all that. Who all did I touch? Maybe I'm seeing my soulmate, Magnolia Porter, who designed the Monster Kid, and other things. Someone named Aaron, but not probably. I don't know. Thanks to friends and family for supporting us, and Undertale team thanks you, the player, from the bottom of our hearts. Without you, all this would be impossible. Good night. And it's also so great that the game is even coming to PS4 and PS Vita later on. But we're pretty much done with the credits. The references never end, do they? Some butterscotch pie for when we wake up. Or maybe even cinnascotch. I'm sure we'll be a very happy family. Undertale. It's been a fun time. It's the end now. As for my next Let's Play, I'm not going to downright say what it is, but see some appearances of things in this game, and it may be kind of symbolic for how things would be. I'm trying to make sense out of it, but of course I love memory, or maybe his theme. That's mainly when you're interacting with Azrael as part of the final battle. But yep, there will be quite a tonal shift when I go into a different universe. I'm not going to take this run of my game to do the inevitable genocide run. And yeah, if you wait long enough, the annoying dog comes around, and eventually he's going to fall asleep as well. So yep, I think I'm going to be starting my next Let's Play to go alongside the genocide route, and then we're going to tie things together at the very end, talk about maybe some unused stuff, or things that you can interact with, such as that particular room on the way to Snowden that I said I would explain in detail. So expect those things. That's pretty much it for me as of now. I'll be seeing you guys in the future. Until then, do not toast yourself, and as always, stay determined. Thank you.